Now, we are learning new things every single day when it comes to the Epstein files. And something that stood out to me, Epstein actually received numerous pieces of the cloth from Kaaba, which is the holiest site in Islam, which the Mecca is located in Saudi Arabia. And it's a big black rock, as you can see. Millions of Muslims every year come to travel to this rock and they circle it and pray to it. And I find it so interesting that the Epstein files revealed that this known disgusting man received pieces of this cloth, the so-called holy shrine in Islam. And since this has came to light, a lot of Muslims have reacted to this. People are saying it's lies. People are saying it's Islamic phobia. And what I find really interesting is people are saying it's disgraceful, it's disgusting that Saudi Arabia would provide the cloth to a man like Epstein. They call it satanic. And I find it very ironic that Muslims can acknowledge that Epstein was a horrible dude. He took advantage of little kids. He had relationships with little girls. He did the unthinkable to little girls as a grown man. But when you look at Islam itself, and you look at so-called Prophet Muhammad, who they consider the complete opposite, a holy man, both those two people have something in common. Let me show you this. See, when you look into Islam, you'll realize that Muhammad had a special wife. His main wife was Aisha. Now, he had multiple wives, but the main one was Aisha. And when you look at the age of Aisha, you might be alarmed. Now, this is according to Islamic text. It says, and this is in Sahih al-Bukhari 5133, that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old. And he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. And then she remained with him for 9 years till his death. Now, scholars would agree that Muhammad died in his 60s. 9 years from that makes him well into his 50s. So a 50-year-old man married Aisha, one of his wives, when she was 6 years old. I find that very ironic that Muslims will bash Epstein. They'll say, oh, he's satanic. We can never agree with something like that. The greatest prophet, Muhammad, did the same exact thing. Can someone make sense of this? Now, I already know, I've heard the rebuttals. Well, back then, thousands of years ago, marriage was different. Women matured quicker. Well, let's see what Aisha was doing at the age of 9. See, this is also Sahih al-Bukhari, and this is 6130. And this is narrated by Aisha herself. And it says, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them and join and play with me. The playing with the dolls and the similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at the time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached her age of puberty. I'm sorry, but if you're a Muslim and you're gonna say Epstein was a horrible dude, disgusting, he did the unthinkable to little children, why are you a Muslim? It's a very simple question. If you enjoyed this video, share it so you know and let me know your thoughts in the comments.